right. Well, Merry Christmas, everybody.
Merry Christmas.
We are celebrating Christmas a little bit early because we wanted to celebrate with you.
Yes.
So hello, everybody on Instagram and Facebook. We're excited. You can tell we're a little festive today. We'll tell you a little bit about the meaning of our outfits. You can tell we didn't really coordinate. And Kendra's on the floor down there. I don't know if you guys can see her.
Hey, everybody.
Show your
Yeah.
Oh, it's Frosty
Frosty
and my
shirt.
bow.
Yes, I was going to get to that in just a second.
sorry.
She's our little girl.
That's okay. That's
She's
all
our
right.
little girl.
But my name's Melissa Taylor, and I want to welcome you to OBS Today Christmas Edition. I'm joined by some of my favorite OBS pals. Go ahead and introduce yourselves to everybody.
I'm Beth Anderson, and I work with the volunteers in OBS.
Yes.
Wendy Blight, Biblical Content Coordinator.
And I'm Kendra Schwartz, the OBS manager.
And there is a reason Kendra's on the floor. We didn't put her on the floor. If you're watching on Instagram, she's really hard to see. But she's actually like checking our social media, our comments, making sure everything's working all right. And it just was easier for her to stay on the floor. We wanted her to sit beside us.
Be down low.
But it just didn't work out. But we decided to wear like either our favorite or our only Christmas sweaters, shirts, whatever. And so I want to tell you a little bit. Mine is so special to me. Yes, it's pretty ridiculous looking. I mean, it has cute snowmen on it, but it's very, very green, right?
Is. Very 70s.
Yes, and it says "Let It Snow." Well, my mother, who is no longer with us, she's celebrating Christmas in the best place this year, but she wore it every single Christmas. And so I love this sweater.
That's so awesome that you still have it.
Yeah,
That's so special.
yeah. Oh, when it was time to say who wants what, I was like,
You got
Christmas
it?
sweater. Yeah, definitely.
That's so
So, okay, Beth, tell us about your favorite Christmas outfit that you have on today.
I don't really have any Christmas outfits, but my mom did buy me this red jacket, and I thought with the little bell sleeves and the stripes, I look like
Christmas bells.
Dr.
I like
Seuss
that.
kind of stuff.
I think you look beautiful.
Stripes. Well, thank you.
The red looks really good.
Thanks, Mom.
Red is always festive.
Yes, yes. And then now Wendy Blight. Look at this, y'all. This is so
The
Wendy.
Christmas story. Look, this is from my mother-in-law. I've had it for 25 years, and her birthday was December 11th. She's now with Jesus as well. So it's really precious.
Very special.
And the three wise men are on my back.
They're making their
They're
way.
making their
Got
way
your
to
back.
the front.
They're
They've got
making
my
their
back.
way.
The
Yes.
wise men have her back.
But I just love that. And then as you guys saw, our cute little snowman
Yes.
here. Kendra Schwartz.
Thank
Look
you,
at that. Is that the
everybody. Look.
cutest?
Thank you.
So cute. With her bow. Of course. So pretty.
Little Kendra.
So, okay, do you guys have something favorite that you wear at Christmas? Do you go for the ugly Christmas sweater-ish thing when you want to look festive? Or do you go for colors? Or do you just not care?
Holly loves your Christmas sweater, Wendy.
Thank you.
Yes, Holly, thank you.
It's great. Okay, so I want to hear what are you most looking forward to about Christmas this year?
I'm most looking forward to waking up in my childhood home back in Ohio. I cannot wait. People are questioning why I'm going back, but might as well.
Why would they question why you would
Well,
go
because
home
I
for
have some
Christmas?
family here in North Carolina, and so they're like, why don't you stay with this family? But I want to be back in my childhood
Something like
home, in
home,
my
yeah.
room.
That's
Will
awesome.
Will anybody be there?
My parents.
Okay. Well, good. Then that makes sense.
What if it's just me? Yeah, my parents.
You got to go home for the pumpkin pie and
I'll
stuff.
represent the one out of four
Santa will
children.
know where
I
you
miss
are.
my room so much.
I just wanted to spend Christmas in my room.
That's
What
all
about
I
you,
want.
Wendy?
I'm just so excited to be with all my children and even my daughter's fiance. We're just
Oh,
it's
so
gonna
fun.
be great to all be together.
That's nice. That's nice. What about you, Beth?
I can't wait to see my little precious Felicity granddaughter.
Her granddaughter.
I
Aww.
love
This is her
her.
second Christmas, right?
This is her second.
But probably the
Christmas.
first one where she's like,
Oh, she's walking around.
Yeah.
She's into everything. She was. We saw where she was decorating the tree, putting all the balls in one place.
yeah, I love that. I remember when my oldest, who's now 25, was really young, his first Christmas, I realized we had to take ornaments off the bottom part of the tree, especially any that were breakable.
Yes, it's like a
'cause
dog.
It
They
is,
want to
yes.
play with them.
They just want to grab them. They don't know. They don't know. Okay, so what about you guys? What are you most looking forward to about Christmas? What do you love the most about Christmas? Well, y'all, I did a little bit of research because I wondered. In fact, I typed into Google, why do we say Merry Christmas? Because we say happy birthday.
Right.
We say, I'm happy. You don't typically go, oh, I'm so merry today.
Happy Valentine's.
I'm really merry.
Happy Easter, happy Valentine's.
Happy Christmas.
Right.
Okay.
And some countries, like England, and I'm going to get to this in a minute, tell you why. England does say happy Christmas for the most part.
They also do in the bleak midwinter.
Yes, yes. But they do, and I'm going to tell you supposedly why this article that I read, why they say that is. Okay. But, so why do we say Merry Christmas? Well, listen to some things that people pondered. These are not, I'm not going to tell you these are actually the reasons, but it makes sense, okay? So listen to this. Happy is an emotional condition, while merry is a behavior. So being merry is a little more intentional, but happy is more like an emotion, not an intention. Okay? Okay. So that's one thing. Furthermore, happy, which comes from the word hap, which means luck or chance, implies good fortune. Meanwhile, merry implies a more active showing of happiness. Okay? Like, what says like merrymaking? I don't know. Okay? All right. And then, like I said, Happy Christmas hasn't totally faded because happy took on a higher class connotation than merry. Merry was more associated with the rowdiness of the lower classes, and the royal family adopted Happy Christmas as their preferred greeting, and others took note. So
They're
supposedly,
trendsetters.
yes,
The royal
that's
family.
why.
Well,
Yes.
Can I just say the whole Mary thing, that sort of sounds a little familiar to me, because when you watched, what was that show? It was like Upstairs, Downstairs in the old days, but the show with the over in England and the servants and the
Downton Abbey.
Downton
I was
Abbey.
gonna
Yes.
say Supermarket
I'm
Sweep.
54. I lose it.
Yes.
But sometimes when they would go into sort of the bars or whatever, they were merrymaking.
Yes.
And they were
Yes.
the lower class.
Yes.
But when you went to the big house, they were all very proper with their wine and
Yes.
their food. So it makes
Right.
that really,
Yes.
I get that when you
Yes.
think about that.
Yes. Well,
Interesting.
it says here that people stopped using Mary as its own individual word in the 18th and 19th centuries, but it stuck around with more of when you say like the more the merrier, or when referring to Christmas, and that's partly due to the influence of Charles Dickens and Christmas Carol.
The Christmas Carol.
Yeah. So anyway, like I said, this is from
That's
an
so
article that
interesting.
I found. I'm not gonna. Not saying that that's actual it, but I did think that was really interesting.
very
Because
interesting.
we don't we don't
We
use
just
Mary
say it,
hardly
yeah.
any other time. I asked my kids, why do you think they use Mary? And I think one of you guys might have said this too, but one of them said, oh, because Mary is the mother of Jesus.
Oh, that's what I said.
And
yeah.
so that's why we say Merry Christmas.
Your other
We
kid
just
can
decided to
talk.
spell it
Yes,
differently.
that's why we say Merry Christmas. Well, we have been talking about some Christmas traditions, and you know, a lot of people read the Christmas story, the on Christmas Eve, or you go to church, you know, to because we really do want to focus on the reason for the season. I thought one thing happened that was pretty funny in your family, Wendy. Okay, you used to read the Christmas story,
did.
right? Okay, so tell us about this.
We used to always read the Christmas story, and one Christmas I decided I was tired of it. We always would go to Christmas Eve and we'd hear the Christmas story. So I decided, sort of as a joke, but also because I wanted them to hear it, to read the lineage of Jesus. Well, they thought it was hilarious, and they were videotaping me they were Snapchatting their friends that me reading
Kids are
that.
good at doing
But
that.
now
Really good.
that's what we do now at Christmas. We read the lineage and we have fun with the names and trying to pronounce
Right.
them. So are you going to?
I'm not going to. But if you read from the book of Matthew, it does start with the lineage of Jesus. You know, Luke does not. Like, Luke pretty much gets right into what's going on with Christmas. And like I said the other day on Bible Study Live, the Luke version is what we hear in A Charlie Brown Christmas, when Linus tells everyone the real meaning of Christmas. It's not the Christmas play, it's not the Christmas tree or the decorations. And he quotes the Bible from the book of Luke. But I want to look at the book of Matthew and just see what Matthew tells us about Jesus' birth and the preparation for the birth. And he does begin with the lineage of Jesus. And when we were doing Seamless, the author of Seamless, Angie Smith, pointed out that Matthew was a Jew writing to Jews, which is why he began with Jesus Christ, the son of David, the son of Abraham. He used two people that would get the Jewish people's attention, right? That they really, that God had made covenants with, and that started the lineage with Abraham and not with Adam. And so I did want to point that out. Yes. But, okay, it's beginning in verse 18. This is how the birth of Jesus came about. His mother Mary was pledged to be married to Joseph, but before they came together, she was found to be with child through the Holy Spirit. Because Joseph, her husband, was a righteous man and did not want to expose her to public disgrace, he had in mind to divorce her quietly. But after he had considered this, an angel of the Lord appeared to him in a dream and said, Joseph, son of David, do not be afraid to take Mary home as your wife, because what is conceived in her is from the Holy Spirit. She will give birth to a son, and you are to give him the name Jesus, because he will save his people from their sins. All this took place to fulfill what the Lord had said through the prophet. The virgin will be with child and will give birth to a son, and they will call him Emmanuel, which means God with us. Let me ask you guys, because it's real easy to get lost in the presents and the food and even the people. How do you guys make sure that personally you stay focused or try your best to do something special to remember why we celebrate this birthday, this birth of Christ?
Well, I have a nativity scene, and I just love that. It's just so special to me, and that just really is a focal point in our house, and it just brings it back.
I'm obsessed with nativities. Yeah. Like, I love them. That's why I love you're like wearing a nativity.
Yeah.
Yes.
I am. And
yes.
That's really funny for me because I collect them. You know, I have lots of different nativities, and it's the same as you, really, because I think in the busyness and the fun of it all, it's really good to they're here and they're there and they're everywhere in my house. So that, and then all during the year, I leave the have that willow wood, I think it's called, or whatever. I can't remember exactly. It's the wooden one.
Yes.
But I leave the Mary and Joseph and baby Jesus up on my mantle all year round to just sort of keep me remembering, but having the whole story right there over my fireplace every day during that time is, and the tree also, for some reason, the lights, just staring into the lights in the tree remind me the light of the world.
Yeah.
Oh, that's beautiful, Wendy.
There's somebody on Instagram that also collects nativities like you do.
It's
Her
so
name is
fun.
Amy. So Amy, Wendy's right there with you. And I'm like Christina from Facebook. Christina and I are both doing an Advent Bible study right now. I know I do it every morning just to kind of refocus myself, but it's the first year I'm being very intentional with the Advent.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, so I'm learning a lot this year.
And that keeps your heart centered every day. That's really, really good. Like our church doesn't really do the Advent. Like I grew up Catholic, and you know, you do more. There's more focus around that in some, but the church we go to is non-denominational, so you don't get as much about Advent. So doing it, because Chris, we go to the same church, Kendra and I, and so it's good to on your own do it when if your church doesn't do it. So I mean, they still focus on Christmas, but it's not as intentional.
Not as
if
the
you do
traditional.
Right.
Yes.
So how about you?
You know, same with, I have like 4 nativities in my den. One is extremely old. It was my grandmother's, and literally like the donkey doesn't have a nose, and I think Joseph is not there. I don't know what happened to Joseph over the years, but
he left.
Just in this particular scene, maybe he walked away to go get something for Mary and Jesus. I don't know. Maybe he did. You right? You know.
Never came back.
So, but he's not there. But I just love it. In fact, my kids already are like fighting over who's going to get that particular nativity, because it was my grandmother's and her grandmother's. But then the other ones, we have a glass one that one of my kids used to play Jesus on ice and pretended it was an ice skating show. Yes, because it was on a mirror. So that's a great memory. And then another one, a good friend of my mother-in-law's, when her parents passed away, she was downsizing a lot of stuff in their home, and she knew how much I love nativities, and she gave me one that her mother had made.
Oh, wow.
Made.
Wow.
And so that one's
Wow.
really, really special.
Yeah.
And then the wooden one that we got from
And it's-
Proverbs 30 Ministries. Yeah.
Yes, I love mine. And
Yeah.
then we were in Israel, I got a creche there made out of olive wood when we went, so it sits inside that.
Right.
But I just want to remember, it's called Willow Tree.
Okay.
I just remember
Okay.
that nativity.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
a great
Oh,
gift
yeah.
giving to give people pieces.
Nice, nice. So, Kendra, do we have any special traditions or?
Yes, so let's see. Kristen Winkle used to sing Happy Birthday to Jesus
Oh.
and have cake with her great grandma.
We used to do that.
Nice.
Yes.
Hey, Kristen. That's so
Aw,
fun.
I love that.
And then Marion Hindle says, my youngest daughter is getting married Christmas Eve in Tennessee.
Oh,
So
congratulations.
that's something fun that they'll do this
And you'll
year.
never forget her wedding
That's
anniversary.
right.
Yeah.
You'll always be together to celebrate.
And a lot of people do Advent and have a wreath with candles. So.
Oh, I love that. Yeah.
And a lot of people collect nativities. So that's
All
fun.
right. Well, you guys, thank you for joining us. This is our last OBS Today
Yes.
until
2019.
2019.
Yes.
Woo-hoo.
And there's a sweet lady named Cindy on Facebook, and she said she didn't know we did these lives. And so this is a good one to start with, and then we'll see you back in 2019,
Your
Cindy.
initiation.
Yes,
Hopefully.
Cindy, don't forget to come back in, is it 3 weeks?
Yeah, so
In 3
it's like
weeks.
January
We usually do
7th or
it every
something.
Monday
At 9 a.m.
at 9 a.m. Eastern time. But we're going to take a little break.
Yes.
We have some days off at work, and we're going to spend some time with our families over the holidays. So, Merry Christmas,
And
Happy
Happy
Christmas,
Christmas.
Happy New Year. Hey, Happy
Merry
Christmas
New
and Merry
Year.
New Year.
Ooh, I like that. We're
Right?
starting something just like the royal
Yeah.
family. Yeah.
All right, everybody, thank you so much for joining us. And you guys, Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
I love
I'll
y'all.
miss
I'm
you,
going to
girl.
miss you.
I know.
I know.
Yeah.
Everyone. We'll be apart a long time.
Wow.
Yeah. It'll be a sweet reunion.
That's
Yes, it will.
Right
Yes, it
here.
will. Right here.
Bye,
Bye,
everybody.
everybody.
Bye.
Kendra's face.